Hello there and welcome to another episode of Discourse, where we talk about issues bordering on our country and even beyond. Today's episode of Discourse is quite special because in line with the 2027 elections, we're going to be analyzing the progress, the score points and everything, we have come to call democracy from 2021 or 1999, right, till 2026, the point where we are at. And our topic today is the 2027 elections. We're talking about the governance reforms, public trust, and preparing for a stable 2027. As we all know, elections is by the corner and parties are already, trying to swing in every kind of candidate. Nigerians are also anticipating 2027 elections. While some people are partisan at this point, others have decided that they will participate in everything that takes our government from point A to point B. So we'll be analyzing all of the scorecards from each political party to each Nigerians and the progress so far. Please don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Thank you very much for still being here with us. Before we went on our break, I told you that we are in the studio with a great personality. Yes, he's someone I like to always have around on any program we have here, and he's none other but Honorable Jamfa Sani Bello. You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. It's a pleasure always being around.
Okay, so Honorable Jamfa Sani Bello was a PDP aspirant under the Kano governorship elections for 2019 and 2023 elections, governorship elections respectively. He has also played a big role as a youth leader in this party. I don't know if he's the PDP or any other party.
No, the People's Democratic
Party. The People's Democratic Party. So, sir, it's a delight to have you here. I'm tempted to start to talk about the PDP, but we'll talk about that. We'll also spotlight on other political parties in Nigeria. The focus of today's conversation is preparing for the 2027 elections, the governance reforms rather, public trust, and preparing for a stable 2027 election. I'll first start by asking, what do you think, how do you see the environment, the air, as we prepare ahead for the 2027 elections, sir?
Well, أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وصلى الله على نبي الكريم. Good day, viewers, and a very happy New Year to all and sundry. I would like to begin by saying that there are some cardinal principles are supposed to be met for an election to be free, fair, and credible. And one of such criteria is that the Independent National Electoral Commission or the Independent Electoral Body or the umpire should be independent, should be unbiased, and should be free from any political or government interference or control. There should be an enabling environment for voters to exercise their franchise, and then there should be equal opportunity for political parties and candidates, and then the voting process should be transparent, and at the same time also should be timely and promptly released. Results of such elections should be timely and promptly released, and then there should be freedom of expression and freedom of assembly. And if you go through the grocery of these cardinal characters or criteria that govern the emergence of a free, fair, and credible election, you would find out and agree with me that we are a long shot from that. Because to begin with, we have an independent National Electoral Commission that is 1, not neutral, 2, not unbiased, 3, not free from political and government interference. There are a plethora of instances to cite, a plethora of evidences to cite. Let us first of all begin with the issue of unbiased and neutrality. We have an independent National Electoral Body which is umpired or chaired by someone that has expressed his bias against the country without mincing words, in unequivocal vocal terms. And that is the person of the INEC chairman, Amupitan, who wrote a legal advice which led to the sanctioning of Nigeria or naming Nigeria as a country of particular concern. How can such a person who has brought out his bias, who has concocted and fabricated stories against a nation, be an electoral umpire? That is one. Secondly, the Independent National Electoral Commission's hands have been guided by the government and the political party in power towards instigating issues of destabilizations in other political parties. Look at what it has recently done to the PDP. After recognizing the leadership that emerged from the convention that was concluded in Ibadan, Oyo State, at the close of the end of this year, the last year, under which a leadership under the capable hands of Kabiru Tani Mutaraki, SAN, emerged with fellow NWC members, only for it to reverse and refuse to accept the nomination of a candidate by that same political party under the same leadership, citing instances of court cases still pending. That is two. Thirdly, the Independent National Electoral Commission is yet to come and state to Nigerians categorically how it intends to run the 2027 elections. Is it going to transmit results real time or not? Is it going to allow other political parties to field candidates or not? Is it going to stifle the democratic process? And then thirdly, when you look at the security situation in Nigeria, you will find out that a lot of voters will be disenfranchised. Take, for instance, the movement, the mass migration in so many local government areas in Sokoto, from Isa, from Kepe, Denge Shuni, Raba, and a lot of local government. Take also Zamfara, where a lot of communities have been displaced. Take Niger also. Take recently even Kwara, Kogi, and Edo are also having their own share of insecurity. Not to talk about what is happening in the southeastern part of the country with the IES, or what have you. I can't recall the name of the name the group is operating under, the Biafra agitators. Look at the no-walk days and what have you.
I thought all of that have been, resolved.
Well, I'm not living in the southeast, but I believe that a lot of that is still in play. And the security situation in the southeast, in the northwest, in the south, in the northwest, northeast, even in my own state, in Kano, we have issues of insecurity and banditry and kidnapping in Shanono, Pagoy local government areas of the state. So I don't think we are ready with all the indicators on ground to have a free and fair election come 2027. But that will not be without consequences.
Okay, so let's spotlight political parties right now in Nigeria. A lot of political parties are already gearing up. We have the likes of the ADC, and Peter will be moving into the ADC with other, political parties in general. The PDP, you are from the People's Democratic Party. A lot of PDP governorship, a lot of PDP governors have defected, citing the fact that the party is unstable, and they fear that because of that, 2027 ticket might not be given to them and all of that. What do you have to say about this? Are their reasons valid, and where is your stand right now with the PDP? Are you still standing firm, or do you have any plans of defection?
No, I'm standing firm in the People's Democratic Party. I have confidence, trust in the leadership of Kabir Tanimu Turaki, SAN, as the chairman, as the national chairman of our party, and I believe that all the issues that the PDP has been facing are state crafted, and they are state instigated, and they are state instituted. So we'll get over it. And I believe we are getting over it. And in due course, people will believe that the party has come to stay and has stabilized. And from the look of things, the leadership of the party is still going about its business. And we will wait to see what the courts will say and what the courts will do at the end of the day.
Well, the matter is still in court. Let's assess we're still going to come back to the PDP, but let's assess other political parties, regardless of whatever it is that, the INEC has not done or they are doing. Every other political party is gearing up towards 2027, and they are trying to do their own part first, so that at the end of the day, it is not the fact that they did not prepare, but you know where to channel the blame on. So it shouldn't be a thing of our party, we're not prepared enough, and then we channel it, or we channel the blame to the INEC and all of that. So for other political parties, regardless of whatever is happening with INEC, we are still seeing that preparation. But the PDP looks as if it's still stuck, or they are stuck at some point. How will they scale through 2027? Are we going? Let's even start from a presidential candidate. Are we going to have a presidential candidate from the People's Democratic Party come 2027?
Well, a general election in Nigeria without the participation of the People's Democratic Party is just like you having your stew without Maggi and salt.
That's serious.
And there would be nothing interesting about it. It's just like you going to the Champions League or going to the World Cup without the presence of Brazil and England, or you go to the Champions League without the presence of Manchester United or Real Madrid or Barcelona, and you win the cup and you decide to show off. There is nothing to show off because you haven't defeated anybody. Up till today, People's Democratic Party remains the largest opposition political party in Africa. It has the largest membership base, it has the largest spread across the country, and it is the only political party that has a presence in each and every ward of the 774 local governments in Nigeria.
Almost every other party has presented a presidential candidate, or we're already anticipating, let's not say presented, but we're already anticipating a presidential candidate from every other party. But no, I don't think we've heard anything from the People's Democratic Party.
No. We have a presidential aspirant that will emerge. We have a presidential aspirant that will emerge. And at the end of the day, when we go for our presidential primaries, we will have a presidential candidate that will emerge. Up till now, people are concentrating their efforts in rebuilding and repositioning the party. We are putting our interests, we are putting our desires and ambitions behind us, and we are focusing on rebuilding, repositioning, and restructuring the political party after the mess that this government and its platform, the party APC, and miscreants of the PDPs that are working for the APC have caused thrust into our party. So we are working on that, and we get it. And at the end of the day, we don't have an opposition. There is nothing to oppose in this government. This government has performed below expectation. It has failed woefully. We have an absentee president, for goodness sake. We have a president that out of 2 years has been out of the country for almost total of 340 days.
I don't think
nothing seems to be working. The economy is in tatters. The security situation has tanked. Everything, the image of the country in the international community has also tanked. Okay. There is nothing that this administration is going to put forward that is going to endear it to the Nigerian masses to vote for them. Anybody you ask in Nigeria believes that his life has worsened off beyond 2023. Everybody you ask from 2015 to 2023, he will tell you that his life has worsened off beyond what it was pre-2023. Pre-2015. So the APC government, for the 8 years of Buhari and the 2 years now of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are just wasted years that have nothing to show for the progress and prosperity of our nation.
Well, Nigerians have said that the price of food has come down in the last 1 year.
But what about the affordability?
Well, it's more affordable than
it is. No. There is a difference between availability, affordability, and availability. The prices of food stock have come down, agreed. But is it affordable to the common man? Two. And then secondly, how many people have been impoverished? How many people now have gone below the poverty line due to the falling prices of food commodities? Almost all the farmers in the northern part of the country, which constitute 80% of the population, are broke. Because a bag of fertilizer now goes for about 60,000 naira when you can't sell a bag of maize for 40,000 naira. So you are losing.
Well, comparatively, for the past, if we compare in the past 2 years, we would really agree, because the price of Gari, they say, has come down, and have also been a witness to it. Relatively, I think there have been a drop in the price of foodstuff.
Agreed.
We need to give kudos to.
No. You have to look at it from both sides. The price of Gari has come down. What was the price of Gari pre-2015?
Well, this present government emerged in 2023.
No, but he said he's carrying on with the legacies of the previous administration. So let's lump up the APC and see where it has taken Nigerians from 2015 to date.
Okay, let's.
What's the price of dollar now? The dollar is going to about 1,500 naira.
You talk about
they collected the dollar at 175 naira per dollar.
The price of dollar has been stable for, I think, the past 3 years right now.
3 years?
Yes, it has been stable.
I don't know.
Before now, we would see it fluctuate. Going high.
Run another check.
No, I think it has been stable for a while.
During the administration of Tinubu, dollar almost sold for 2,000 naira per dollar.
But for a while now, it's been stable.
No, but his administration has not been up to 3 years. His administration is just hovering around 2 years now.
Okay.
So the price of dollar, the prices of commodities, even if they have come down, the purchasing powers of the average Nigerian has tanked.
Okay, let's divert a bit.
Yes.
Let's talk about lessons from the last elections. What we saw that we wouldn't want to see play out in 2027.
There is nothing that we saw in the previous election that we would like to play out in the 2027
what
election.
Are those things
nothing.
We can point to? What are those things we can point to? What are the lessons we've learned from 2020?
The only lesson we learned from in 2023 elections was that an election that was massively rigged, and the umpire told those people that are aggrieved should go to court.
Before now,
where on earth does an electoral umpire tell people that are gross and have objective complaints that he cannot address those complaints and that they should go to the court? We heard of technical glitches. We heard of, it was the first time that we're hearing of technical glitches in the software and the IT, whatever, of the Independent National Electoral Commission. They said time and time again that results are going to be transmitted real time.
Okay. We all saw that lapse, right? We would also agree that the democratic process in Nigeria has been in a state of, not in a good state for a long time right now, right from when the PDP were in power. So why do we crucify the current government? Because I think it's progressive, right? It all stemmed from when the PDP was in power down to right now that the APC is in power. Rigging, if you ask the common Nigerian out there now, they will tell you that rigging has always been our thing.
Yeah,
so
but ask the common Nigerian.
What is the difference?
Yes, the difference
this current government and the last
government. The difference is ask the common Nigeria out there that is his life better off under the PDP or the APC administration. Just ask the common Nigeria out there. The image of our nation has tanked. This is the only administration that has not received any state visit to any serious country apart from France. And it is because we have become the lackey of France. We can decide to attack our neighbors. We can decide to attack our brothers at the behest of France. We have not had a state visit to England. We have not had a state visit to Germany. We have not had a state visit to America. None of the serious nations of this country of this globe want to associate with Nigeria. Is it what was available or what was seen during the administration of the PDP? No. We were a serious nation. We were taken serious during the time and tenure of the People's Democratic Party. And we are also now the record holders of conducting the freest and fairest election in Nigeria that led to our defeat and the peaceful handover and transfer of power to an opposition political party. When Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, the former president of Nigeria, appointed Mahmoud Jega, he has never seen him from Adam. Now we have an electoral umpire who has been part of a legal team of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal of the current president. We have an electoral umpire who has released and submitted to a foreign country a treasonable act, a legal opinion championing Christian genocide in Nigeria, which is a fabrication of someone's imagination.
Well, is that a fact?
It's a fact.
Is that
has he up till now come to refute it?
But he has not accepted it either.
But he has remained silent, and silence is unacceptable because he believes the moment he comes out to talk, a lot of open cans of worms are going to be spelled open.
I also think we're in a time where you don't pay attention to naysayers. I think
these are not naysayers. These are documents that have been released in public domain of a legal opinion he wrote, and he appended his stamp and seal on it.
But the PDP has members in the Senate that were part of the screening process of our current INEC chairman. Why didn't they question all of this?
They are a minority. It's a simple majority that is needed. They have voiced their concerns. They have voiced their concerns, and that's the only thing they can do. Because there is nothing they can do, because if it comes to vote, the All Progressive People's Congress is in the majority, and they will have their way. And as it is said, in a democracy, the minority have a say, the majority have their way. So we have had our say, and the majority have had its way. But it is not going to augur well for the nation, because there are a lot of sentiments now that are permeating the societies of this country against the emergence of this Amopitan as the INEC chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission.
Well, it is said that life is turn by turn, right? There was a time that the PDP were dominant in the House, in the Senate, and right now I think it's the reverse. So I think it's another strategizing for the APC or the PDP to take over. But let's talk about defecting governors. Now, outside River State governor was once in the People's Democratic Party and has now defected to the APC. We also have the likes of Adeleke in Osun State that defected on the basis of, Adeleke said he defected on the basis of the fact that he doesn't know if the PDP would, qualify for the 2027 INEC placement as a political party. And do you think that is valid? And we'll also talk about River State Governor, who has also defected on his own personal reasons. Maybe I want to share with us too.
Well, I might not be privy to the main reasons why these people defected, but the issue of Adeleke, Governor Adeleke, saying that he's not certain whether the People's Democratic Party is going to be on the ballot in 2016, in 2027 or not. of what concern is his? His election is coming up in 2026. His concern would have been whether the political party would be recognized to field a candidate for the gubernatorial election in Osun State, his state. That has been settled with him. And as for Fubara, maybe he looked at the left, right, and center, because in Nigeria now we have two presidents, which is unconstitutional. We have the Wike presidency and we have the Tinubu presidency. Because the Wike presidency instigated the state of emergency with no pretext, with no condition, with no reason whatsoever. With no justification whatsoever. When we have bandits ravaging Sokoto, ravaging Zamfara, ravaging Niger, all of them, thousands of lives were being wasted. None of these states had state of emergency imposed on them. But Rivers State, that was calm, peaceful. Just because of one demagogue was losing control and power, a state of emergency was imposed in that state, and there was no justification whatsoever for that. So if we have a situation whereby the president is doing the bidding of somebody who is supposed to be doing his own bidding, then we are in a terrible state. And I think maybe that is the reason why Fubara believed, okay, let me also be a bedfellow in that bedroom, so that at the end of the day, maybe I will be able to save myself. And virtually, I don't, even though I don't subscribe to that, because his mandate is that of the People's Democratic Party, but I think that is a judgment that only he himself can find the suitability of judging or ceding to or not. So that's the whole lot that I can say about that.
If you were a PDP governor right now, are you saying that you wouldn't be threatened whatsoever to leave your party?
Why would I be threatened to leave my political party? If my mandate is from the people and I believe I've been doing the right thing to the people, the electorate that have elected me, why should I feel threatened?
Even if it affects your next position or your placement on the ballot?
It doesn't matter. The people decided to vote for me on a political party's platform. And if I'm doing the right thing to the people, it doesn't matter.
But I don't think it's an issue of the people right now. It's the party that is in a state of crisis. And it affects their position come 2027. For example, if the INEC comes up today and say, because of the instability in the People's Democratic Party, I don't think we don't have a leader right now, and the whole court case flying left, right, center. For now, we step them down until they are able to come up with a leader or one.
I don't foresee that possibility happening, because with what has happened in Venezuela and what is happening in Mexico and what is happening currently in other places of the globe, I don't think that would be a path that this country will decide to take, because it will mean the disenfranchisement of millions of people in Nigeria. The People's Democratic Party have members across the political party, and the ambition of one person is not worth the ambitions of desire and ambition of millions of Nigerians. So if at the end of the day the INEC decided, because Wike wants PDP to be in crisis because he cannot have his way, and then PDP cannot field a candidate in 2027, we are there. Let's wait. Let's see 2027. Let it come.
What will happen?
No, we are there. We'll see what will happen. We'll see. We will get there. When we get to the bridge, we'll know how to cross it.
Okay. When we get to the bridge, we are still on this very bridge and we'll cross it. We'll continue our journey crossing it just after this break. Please, the conversation still continues. It's still an interesting time, and we still have about 30 minutes, into the show. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us. Thank you very much for still being here with us. We're still talking about the 2027 elections, governance reform, public trust, and preparing Nigeria for a stable 2027. And of course, we're still in the studio with Honorable Jamfa Sani Bello. He was 2 times governorship aspirant in the People's Democratic Party governorship elections in Kano State. Thank you so much, sir, for still being here with us. Okay, right now we go to something that is quite touching on your area, and we're talking about Kano politics. Yes, there have been rumors, there have been hearsays here and there in the Kano politics. You want to tell us about it? What is it? What have we been hearing? Are they true? Where hearings about the former Kano governor defecting to the PDP's rumors, of course, allegedly, as it is. So is all of that
Which
true?
of the former governors of Kano State are you talking about?
The leader of the...
Okay, Senator Rabiu Musa Konkoso.
Yes,
no, he's not the one that is rumored to be defected.
No, the current governor, yes, the current governor, yes.
Well,
the current governor is rumored to be defecting, and even the past governor, we have that rumor too.
Yes, the past governor, incidentally, and amazingly, for the first time in my political life, I'm hearing this, has given a caveat, has set a caveat for him to defect to any political party that it's either he's given number 1 or number 2.
Okay.
It's either he's given the presidential ticket or the vice presidential ticket.
Okay.
How selfish can somebody be? How can you be so insensitive and selfish
well, that
to
is
come out
that
and
is,
say, look,
that is
who amongst Peter Obi defected to the ADC recently from the Labour Party?
Yes,
was there any precondition?
We've also heard the obedient come out to say we're not going to support.
I'm not talking about the obedience.
Okay.
I'm talking about the principal, Peter Obi.
Okay.
He recently defected to the ADC. Has there been any preconditions set by him that is in the public domain?
No, not
at all.
I don't think I think you're privy to that information.
That's what I'm saying. I want something that is in the public domain.
Okay.
Atiku Abubakar defected to the ADC. Is there any precondition set by him? Nasser El-Rufai defected, who is on the same almost level with Rabiu Musa Konkoso. Tambuwal defected. A whole lot of people have defected to another political party, and we have been having defections to new political parties from 2022 to date. Nobody has ever come out to say that I'm going to defect to any political party I'm defecting to is going to be premised on the precondition that I'm either given the presidential ticket or the vice presidential ticket. This comes to show the selfish desire.
Well, I think it's an issue of everybody having their choice.
It's not an issue of choice. Okay, what he is saying is that he has slaughtered democracy, because democracy is about people having the freedom in a fair, equitable environment to aspire. So what he is saying that any political party that he's going to enter or join has to sanction and slaughter all other ambitions for his own sake, because it means there is not going to be a primary election, there is not going to be the sale of forms, there is not going to be an expression of interest. So anybody that is going to be in the political party that he's going to join is going to be a carcass. He thinks he is going to do what he has been doing in Kano State at the national level. That is the mentality that he's bringing up to the national level. And for the governor, if the governor thinks he is going to defect, he has been stifled a lot. We have a governor in Kano State whose account has been having a recurrent deduction of 10 million naira per each local government, a total of 440 million naira per month for a period of 1 year, 3 months, about 6 billion naira that came out to tell the public that he has not been aware, that he is not aware of such deductions. That is one. Those deductions were sanctioned and instructed by Rabiu Musa Konkoso, the leader of the party. That's one. Secondly, this is a governor that approved over 1,000 pupils, students, will be taken abroad to further their education. Out of this 1,000, only 300 were sent. And he came out to tell the public that he was not aware of where the short changes came from. He has been cornered. He has been suffocated by His Excellency, the former governor of Kano State, Rabiu Musa Konkoso. He has been choked. He doesn't have a hand in the selection of commissioners. He doesn't have a hand in the nomination of candidates that aspired for the local government election. He doesn't have a hand in filling boards and parastatals. The whole administration of Kano is being micromanaged by Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso. And if he's talking about the defection of the governor is a disloyalty and a disservice to him, how many people has he been disloyal and has he been of disservice to? Senator Hamisu Musa, of blessed memory. Musa Gwadebe, former minister Alhaji Musa Gwadebe, of blessed memory. They were the people that propped him up to become the governor of Kano. But as soon as he became the governor of Kano, he went and saw the former president, Chief Olusegun Obasanjo, and asked him to remove Alhaji Musa Gwadebe from the ministerial position that he was occupying at that time. Well, so if the political interest of the present governor would be better advanced by moving into another political party, as I have just given you an explanation, because what is happening in Kano can only be seen in states like Sokoto, and it is the lack of such scenario in Kano, in Rivers, there is the lack of such a scenario that is prevalent in Kano, in Rivers, that is causing the chaos in Rivers State. If Fubara has agreed that everything he is going to do, everything he is going to approve, everything he is going to decide is not going to be his mantra, is going to be on the weakest mantra, then everything would have been quiet in Rivers State. That is the situation in Kano exactly.
Okay, I don't think, like you have said now, it's not a new thing. In our Nigerian politics, it's like the strategy. We have a current president that came up and said, Emi Lokon, which means it's my turn. Most of them work, and they have a kind of agreement within themselves. And, you know, the agreement is, when I do this for you, you will do this for me. I don't know if that is allowed under democracy, but agreement is agreement, like they say. So if somebody comes to you and he asks you for a favor, and then you give him your terms and conditions, I think under the law, there should be such an agreement, as long as it is signed and documented. I don't know where we put it in the law, though, or under the law. But this is the kind of politics we see play out in Nigeria, the godfatherism politics, agreements kind of politics. I instate you, you do my bid, whatever I ask you to do, you do it. And I don't know whether to call it democracy, really. As long as somebody says, this is what I want. I come to you and say, I need you to do me this favor. Whether I'm under the influence of whatever, at some point I needed it. If I come to you at that point and say, do this for me, I'll do this for you, or I'll agree to your conditions, is it a crime at the end of the day when I now say, I don't want to agree to your conditions again?
It's not a crime. And that is why we have had fallouts between governors and their godfathers. We have had several fallouts because they tend to suffocate their chosen successors.
Oh, how about a situation where there was a written agreement?
Then let them bring it out to the public domain. It's not legal because it's not something that they can present in the public domain. It's not something that they can present to the courts of competent jurisdiction to adjudicate over. So it is not legal, it is not binding. And what there is, you did not emerge from your own energy. We know Wike, it was the former First Lady of Nigeria, Dame Patience Jonathan, that installed Wike as a governor. We know Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, it was Musa Gwadebe and Senator Hamisu Musa and Abubakar Rimi, all of them of blessed memory, that installed him as a governor. Let me give you another example. When the former governor of Kano State, Mala Ibrahim Shekara, wanted to join the NNPP, defected from the APC, they had an agreement that they are going to have a sharing formula. Over time, that sharing formula was not agreed to. Until Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso went to Mala Ibrahim Shekara's house and presented him with the ticket to run for senatorial election in the Kano Central Senatorial Zone. He said, no, that this is not what we agreed. What we agreed is that there's going to be a sharing formula for me and my people. And as far as that condition is not met, my own ambition is not worthy of me sacrificing the ambition of my own people. So you can take the senatorial seat and give it to anybody you desire. He just rescinded. This is a principled man. This is a man with principle. But Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso is coming out to tell us that his followers do not matter. All that matters in an electioneering year is he himself, I, me, myself alone. Because that is what he said, and that is what he meant by saying that any political party he's going to join must be willing to either cede the presidential ticket to him or the vice presidential ticket to him. Imagine, we have never had this low. We have never had this mean. Our democracy has never tanked this low.
Well, it's like, again, I want to say it's a thing of choice. When you know you have built competence and you built your personality.
What competence has he built that the likes of Mal Nasir El-Rufai have not built? The likes of Amin Wazir Tambol have not built. What personality, what VIP is he talking about? How many of his types do we have in Nigeria? How many of his types are alive? How many of his types that have even outperformed him? If you are talking about credentials, if you are talking about educational qualification, if you are talking about performance. But they have never said that kind of a caveat. Even General Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory, who was able to garner 12 million votes for himself in a political party that he has formed newly 6 months to election, did not join the APC with the caveat that I have to have the presidential ticket.
They might not have come out publicly to say there might be an internal agreement.
But despite the internal agreement, he himself, Rabiu Musa Konkoso, participated in that presidential congress and came second. Atiku Abubakar participated, Buhari participated. So even if there is that agreement, it's a gentleman's agreement that was not binding, because if it is binding, the party would have said, no, there is not going to be primaries and we're not selling our nomination form to anybody. And that is the kind of state that Rabiu Musa Konkoso wants to push Nigeria into, which is worse than a one-party system, one-party state.
Okay, let's talk about continuity. One of the problems I feel like we have in Nigeria is continuity. A governor comes in and, does what he can do, and then there is another governor comes in next year or the next 4 years or 8 years, as the case may be, and that's a different thing. Sometimes, I don't know if the governors we have now, or the past governors and present governors that are having banters here and there, whether it's an issue of, okay, continue where I stopped or do what I want to do. I know it's not an issue of continuity, but maybe an issue of personal interest. But can we have a democracy? Can we have governors? Can we have presidents that would come, serve their tenure, and the next president comes in, or governor, as the case may be, continues from where they stop to bring the development? Because what we celebrate now in Nigeria is road project. There are other things. I think we've gone beyond road projects. Road is like one of the basic amenities. But if we have road construction, we have current governor of Abia State and past governor still having that banter about basic road amenities. Because we're talking about technology right now. The world is going so fast, and we're still who repainted. Exactly.
Who initiated it?
Exactly. It's funny. It's funny that these are the conversations we are having in our democracy in 2026. How many years? And we say we are a democratic nation. What do we call continuity? Is there such a thing? Can it even exist in Nigeria?
The problem is, Priscilla, over time we have failed to build our institutions. Okay. We have always been building our governance structure around personalities. And once we continue to do that, we'll continue to have problems. Okay. If we have strong institutions that are not built around the personality of the individual governing us, then we will have continuity and we will have sustainable growth. Let me give you an example. The President of the United States of America now can appoint the Attorney General of the country, but he can't sack him. The President of America can appoint the Central Bank or Federal Reserve Chairman, but he cannot sack him. Look at what is happening in America today. The President has to go through the route of starting criminal investigation against the Federal Reserve Chairman. Do you think such things can happen in Nigeria? It's because we have failed to build institutions, but we have always been mimicking the activities and our governance structure around the personality in power. That is a major problem, and I don't know if we have a way that we are going to address this issue, but in as much as we have not been able to address this issue, we're going to continue to get it wrong. And you just look at, for example, the Buhari administration lapsed. The Tinubu administration came in. But the Tinubu administration is moving at variance, complete variance with what the Buhari administration did. For the first time in the history of our nation, we have had a government that has decided to stoke sentiment in the nation, thinking that it is going to capitalize on it. We have never had a government that has come out to declare to Nigerians that so-so faith has so-so percentage of political appointees in our administration. This is a country that we have always shied away from including faith in our national census so that we'll get it right. But this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came to categorically state to Nigerians that the Christian faith has so-so percentage, dominating percentage of political appointees in his administration over the Muslim faith. Is that an administration that means well for a nation? Stoking sentiment.
Is that fact?
It's in the public domain. 60-something% of the public appointees of this administration is in the public domain, and you are a preview to it. Everybody has seen it. And this is an administration that came into power without a majority backing, with a slim majority, with just 8 million votes. 8 million votes, with his next runner-up with 7 million votes, next to him 6 million votes. The parity between the three candidates is less than 2 million votes. But this is the same person that is coming out to stoke out sentiment. That this is the administration that is more Christian than Muslim. Even if the Muslims in the country do not say a word, they are keeping it at the back of their mind, and there will be a time that they will reply. And that is dangerous. And that also enable clerics to come out on stage, on podium, to state that even if Obi would have won the election, he wouldn't have been able to do to them what the Tinubu administration, which came under a Muslim ticket, has been able to do to them. This is a dangerous, divisive sentiment that has been stoked into the life of this nation, and it is not going to augur well for us. And I'm appealing that they should try to retrace their tracks, because there are some times that you think if you are not responded to verbally, that it is nothing serious. But there are times that silence tends to signal more seriousness and damaging consequences than being outspoken, than speaking out. So we are in our trying times in this nation, and I believe that this administration has not augured well and has not taken Nigeria to the destination or to the direction that Nigeria has desired to have it. It is worsening of the situation in the country, and instead of it to concentrate on how to bring Nigerians together after the divisive policies of the Buhari administration, it has decided to also stoke in more sentiment and divisiveness among the citizenry of the nation. It's very, very uncalled for, and it's unfortunate.
Well, again, that is your thoughts, right? Let's talk about, you know, I have the opinion, I have a strong opinion that if we demonetize politics, if we make our politicians earn less, we'll have more credible politicians, people that are out there to really do the good of the people. Right now, we have other sectors of the country suffering. We have ASU go on strike. Right now, they're talking of a resolve. I don't know how long it's going to last again before we hear another strike. The NARD, we still heard them last week. You know, it has been a back and forth with other major sectors of the country. While we have politicians earn for just going to the, you know, House of Rep, to sit, some of them go there to even sleep.
Yes, yes.
And then
no value to add.
No value. They go from year to year without contributing even to their constituency, and they earn so much. They earn so much, whereas other sectors of the country continues to suffer. What do you have? do you agree that we demonetize the political space and politicians?
You see, Priscilla, the most unfortunate thing is that this system of governance was imposed upon us by the American government after the death of Murtala Mohammed, when we were ushering in our Second Republic during the leadership of Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. But it is not the right system of governance for us. The parliamentary system would have been better for us, whereby all the regions or the federating units of the country were developing at their own pace and had representatives that were representing them at national affairs in Lagos. We should have had the same thing continuously, because what we have now, what you are saying now, I know of a member of Federal House of Representatives that has been in the National Assembly for 12 years now. That's 3 terms. He doesn't have a bill to his belt. He doesn't have a single bill. And I have never seen him rise to contribute to any debate in the National Assembly. I have never seen him. I don't want to mention the name because I don't want to take it personal. But we are operating a system of governance that is too expensive for us. Look at what recently happened. 8 billion naira of our money was taken away to purchase an aircraft for the president. If we have a parliamentary system, that cannot happen. How many billions of naira are we spending in managing the presidential fleet? President Muhammadu Buhari came on the mantra and the promise that he's going to resize the presidential fleet. And what do we have today? We are operating a system that is costly, ineffective, not result-oriented for our kind of country. If you look at Nigeria, Nigeria is a federating unit, whether we like it or not. We have divergent beliefs, we have divergent cultures, we have divergent regions, ethnicity, and what have you. We are all in a melting point, deciding and striving to see how we present a common front. If we have a parliamentary system or regional governance, or even the state governments operating on a parliamentary basis, whereby the leader is a first among equal. You only go to the parliament and based on the performance of your political party, you can be chosen to be the prime minister or the premier or the regional leader or whatever. But this executive power that we are exercising, you go to a state like Katsina State, voting about 5 billion naira for the foreign trips of the governor, when there are so many communities in his state that are
underdeveloped,
that are not even underdeveloped, that are desecrated, they are almost empty.
Wow.
And it is not only in Katsina, it is something that is prevalent across the country. These people just junket anyhow. They leave the country for their New Year holidays. There wasn't even a New Year message from the president because he was out of the country. He is in France enjoying himself.
It is. Well, there's a lot of work to be done, and
absolutely,
we will definitely, still come back to this conversation. As a matter of fact, it's an ongoing conversation until we get it right in this country. But I want to say a very big thank you, sir, for coming on the show. It has been an interesting conversation with you. I mean, I don't even want to close, but we have to go because of time. So thank you so much, sir, for coming today. Our viewers want to say thank you for staying tuned to Discourse today. Do well to join us again tomorrow because the conversation continues. I might not be here tomorrow though, but join us. For now, I still remain your host, Priscilla Obasi, and saying thank you once more. Have a lovely day ahead. Bye for now.